This is Dr. C. Dexter Wise III on Every Day with Dr. Wise with the Lord's Word and the Lord's will for you today. The Lord's Word for you today comes from Matthew chapter 16 verses 13 through 18. When Jesus came into the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples saying, "Who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?" So they said, "Some say John the Baptist, some Elijah, and others Jeremiah or one of the prophets." He said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Simon Peter answered and said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus answered and said to him, "Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. And I also say to you that you are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." The Lord's will for you today is, I will build my church. I will build my church. All over the country and all over the world, the institutionalized church is in decline, not just because of the pandemic, but even before the pandemic, the church was on its way down in terms of attendance, in terms of participation, and even in terms of relevancy. But I'm here to tell you today that the promise of Jesus Christ to you as a member of the church and to you as a part of the church is, I will build my church. I'm going to build my church not on Peter, but I'm going to build my church on the confession that Peter made, and that is that thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. Jesus says, I'm going to build my church today as long as it's centered on Christ. I'm going to build my church today as long as I have saints in it like Christ. I'm going to build my church today as long as they provide service like Christ. And then I'm going to build my church today as long as they celebrate like Christ. I know all around you it seems like the church is in decline, but the promise that Jesus made way back then is relevant to us right now. He says, don't worry about it. I'm going to build my church.